Ready to improve your marriage? Not sure how? Want intimacy, fun, and sex back in your marital relationship? Stay tuned for an episode of Recharge Your Marriage coming up right now. Hi, I'm Zev Halpern, and thanks for joining us for Recharge Your Marriage. We have a great, informative, and stimulating show lined up, which includes a really special guest, Neera Berry, CEO of Laughing RX, who will share her wisdom and expertise on bringing joy, humor, and laughter to our lives. I know many marriages that could use some laughter and joy, as many of you may as well. We look forward to Neera's insight. Tonight's show will have 3 segments aimed at moving your marriage forward. We'll begin with the Marriage Matters segment. We'll help you both see what's really going on in your marriage. Our second segment is Sexpectations, where we'll be in the bedroom to find ways to melt away some of that sexual ice that may have built up between you two. And we'll conclude with the Marriage Pulse, get some suggestions on how to bring more joy, laughter, and humor to our marriages. You won't want to miss that. Recharge Your Marriage is an opportunity to focus your valuable time on considering some options for improving your marriage in the privacy of your own space, accessing the content when you want to, on TV or on the net. This show is about all of us married people, so your input is highly valued and encouraged. I have a small request. Open your minds and hearts a bit. Think about what you can do to meet each other's needs. Hold or let go of the no way, no how. My 25 years of experience as a couples counselor has taught me that couples need a pull and even a push sometimes to get their relationship unstuck. I've been married for 30 years, and we've gotten stuck too. The reality of it is, there are things you can do to nourish the growth of a collaborative partnership for life, love, and the long haul. Well, let's get right to the Marriage Matters segment. We all have a chance and a choice to improve our married lives. Married people often report the difficulty in seeing the forest from the trees. To change the focus of our marriages, we have to really see what's going on inside so we can define the areas that could use improvement. So, with your permission, let's try something right now, a tool to help you and your spouse really see and define the issues. Please use it as an opportunity to gather the information you need to put your marital relationship on the road to a fuller, more intimate, closer, collaborative, and less combative enterprise. So I brought a prop, a camera, because I like the props. This is a special camera, a bit vintage. Some of you may recognize this photographic relic. For a moment, I'd like you all to be good photographers. Imagine that you have a camera in front of you that could take a picture of the current state of your marriage. Okay, use your imagination, and please pick up that imaginary camera in front of you. By the way, they're all preset on reality mode, so the pictures won't lie. Imagine, please, you're looking through the lens of a special camera and focus the lens on the current state of your marriage. life at home, life with him, life with her, and all that it entails for you, the world that you and your partner have carved out so far, what's really going on between you. When you're ready and reality focused, take a snapshot of your relationship today. Point and shoot. Now don't send them to your Facebook or Pinterest page yet. Put the camera back on the table, as we'll get back to the pictures in a moment. A famous Hasidic rabbi 200 years ago, Rav Nachman, offered this in his attempt to motivate and counsel his disciples from despair. He said, if you believe it can be broken, then you believe it can be fixed. You can improve your situation. You're watching today with that in mind. Your partner is ready and willing to do their part. You need a willing partner. We all need a willing partner. So look, I got the picture, and the pictures are coming into focus. What do you see in the picture? Is it all good? Is it terrible and frustrating? Is it a picture you want to post on Facebook and all your favorite social media outlets for all to see? Remember, this is a real picture of the current state of your marriage. It captured how you act to each other on a daily basis, how you act in front of others, how you act in front of your children. Is it always about you? Is it all about your spouse? Are you treated well? Do you treat your spouse well? Do you take care of your spouse, and do they take care of you? Are you lonely? Is there give and take? Are your needs being met? Do you know what you need from your spouse? If not, can you communicate your needs and wants without fearing emotional or physical pain? Is your marriage an exercise in pretending, or is it real? Do you know the why of your marriage? It's so important. Does the picture look like the marriage you signed up for? The opportunity to see a picture of the reality of your marriage is both a daunting proposition and a unique opportunity. It provides you with choices if you're ready to make some. It's understandable why you might choose to leave well enough alone and not rock the boat. Sometimes, as frustrating, painful, and boring as marriage can be, it's just easier to do nothing. You can choose to act out the usual and redundant marital status quo, or you could choose to shake it up and see if you both can let each other know what you really need and get involved in trying to meet your mutual needs. What's this elusive perfect marriage we hear about so often? The perfect marriage is one where you both feel safe enough to communicate what's really going on, imperfections and all, and allows the opportunity to make some needed adjustments. Sometimes, before we take steps towards change, we really need to take a look at the real facts on the ground. So take a real picture of your relationship. Talk it over. See what you can do to make some improvements. Now go ahead, you two. Rock the boat together. Now walk with me to the bedroom. Sounds pretty good. You might try it with your spouse for the Sexpectations segment of our show. Tonight, in the bedroom, we'll look at ways to ignite romance back into your marriage. Lack of sex is the #1 complaint about married sex. Go figure. You surprised? There are distractions and problems. Porno, masturbation, infidelity, low T, performance fears, disinterest, stress, lack of communication, body image are among the many reasons marital sex diminishes. Getting your romance rekindled in marriage isn't so easy, but there are ways to try. One of them is utilizing our ability for imagination and fantasy. This is an amazing feature all of us have on board our bodies. Try it for a moment, please. Close your eyes. You can fantasize about anything, and no one knows. Our fantasies can take us anywhere and allow us to do anything. Haven't you ever had a fantasy about a sexual encounter? Don't worry, you don't have to tell us. It's your business. Perhaps in a dream, sometimes a little disturbing, you wake up in a cold or hot sweat, or remember something troubling, or something just way too hot to admit. Ever read something that turned you on so much your reaction to yourself was embarrassing, even shameful? I see lots of intensity at all that hot reading people are doing on the decks, beaches, living rooms, and bedrooms of our land. Fantasy is free. It lives in the privacy of our personal experience. When we commit to a relationship, fantasy is still there. We may try to suppress it because of what it may feel lead us to. We've all seen couples where one spouse is straining not to look at the pretty, handsome, or well put together person who strolls by or makes the mistake of looking, much to the dismay and wrath of their spouse. Some marriages can handle the fantasy of our spouses. For others, it's a huge conflict that often constricts communication. Should it be that way? Should a lot of things, right? We have a choice to utilize fantasy, this magnificent human ability, to enhance our marital relationships. We can say it's forbidden, taboo, and suppress it, or do what you can do. Maybe take it up a notch. Just be game. Talk about it. Try not to close your partner out of your sexual life. When a partner is closed out of a human tendency to seek relief from pent-up sexual feelings. As you know, there are many outlets outside of marriage available and quite seductive. So we need to turn this sexual energy towards our marriage and make room for it, even though it's both risky, risque, and downright scary for some. Rekindling romance doesn't start on its own. It's a little uncomfortable. It requires focus and effort. It's worth the trade-off for a happier, closer, more intimate life together. Talking honestly to each other about what you like, what you sometimes think about, a little fantasy about what you want your spouse to wear. Say a little nostalgic fantasy about what you used to think sexually about each other when you were courting, recently or back in the Stone Age. This could result in the two of you having some sexy, hot interludes. I always love that word, interludes. It sounds so much more sexy than relations. Marriages need more interludes. Wouldn't you agree? Guilty thought, guilty thought, guilty thought. But we're not supposed to think such things like sexual fantasy. Well, people fantasize anyway. They just learn to keep it to themselves if they have to. Remember, these private, intimate moments are occurring in the private walls and, for many of you, the sanctity of your marital relationship. You can talk about anything. Wouldn't it be okay to talk to the person you love about your sexual needs and desires? Seems like this is the place. Start with fantasies that involve each other. Like, remember when we were starting out, I would fantasize about you and what we could and someday would do together? Ooh, you couldn't wait. Feel the anticipation? It's hot, not boring marital status quo. Isn't there a song about this? Fantasy is what we have whether we suppress it or try to suppress our spouse. The easier marriage beneficial move is a bit of honest, sexy talk. Look, on a side note, if sex has been obligatory in your marriage, one way with you playing a passive role, or sex has physically hurt you because of lack of foreplay, lubrication, or your partner's rough, or there's a hygiene problem that turns you off, or something else. If we can't talk to our spouses about what turns us off, how can we talk to them about what turns us on? So here are some suggestions for your consideration. 5 ways to ignite romance back in your marriage. Number 1, break the ice. Put past disappointments behind you. Spend time together, talking, enjoying, connecting. You might have to practice that a little. Make some overtures. Give sensual gifts, flowers, lotion, clothes. Offer to massage your spouse's forehead when you get into bed. Find the doorway to touch. And 2, schedule some alone time together. Create together times, routines. Have a little ambiance. Light a candle, if I could get it lit. Whoopie-doo. Ah, we lit it. And look, it smells too. Look your best and freshen up. Step out of the usual into the sensual. 3, hold the domesticated and put on the sexy. You can do it. Sexy is an attitude and a look. You're not daddy. You're not mommy tonight. You're a frisky, sexual being with legitimate sexual needs. 4, create intimate marital scenarios. Act out new marital scenes. You're already sustaining scenes you're familiar with. They're just not leading to intimate relations. Focus on what you can do to make your intimate time playful, spicier, and sexier. Find a way to communicate by exploration. Wow, that was nice and sexy, honey. And 5, plan a next time. If it went well or not so great, plan a next time. This takes a little doing it more often. Feel free to talk about it. Show appreciation for the try and the effort. Hey, you two, break the ice. Spend some time relaxing with each other and do a little loving if you want. Bring the sexual aspect of your relationship back into focus. Put sex back on the menu. In the Marriage Pulse tonight, we welcome Neera Berry, CEO of Laughing RX. Neera is founder of Laughing RX laughter and wellness programs. Neera's specialty is motivating and guiding people to live the happiest life of their dreams through unique, uplifting presentations, energetic laughter workshops, and by her unique health and happiness coaching. Neera discovered the power and healing benefits of laughter during her recovery from cancer. Since then, her passion is to spread the message of living with joy and laughter. Welcome, Neera. You're someone who has a great appreciation for life. You're a cancer survivor. How did you get from cancer to laughter, therapy, and your mission?
Well, when I was going through my illness, I was looking for a way to get through it. And I came across a lot of research on laughter. And I thought, wow, this is for me. And I saw that not only does it boost your immune system, but also helps you deal with the pain and also helps you cope with the different situations. There's so many wonderful benefits of laughter, and I thought, wow, I've got to do this. And so I started doing it, and then I started leading classes in laughter and laughter workshops. And I got certified in laughter, and then I got certified as a health and happiness coach, and that's my mission, is really just to spread the word about laughter and happiness.
How did the people respond to you, your friends and relatives, when you were going through the cancer and you're laughing and doing that kind of thing? Because it's unusual.
Well, I think they probably thought I was nuts at first. I just told everybody, instead of bringing me food, just bring joke books or funny movies or just any opportunity to laugh. And I would just, first start out laughing just a little bit and laughing more and more. And I sensed that it really helped me. And so then they saw that it really helped me deal with the situation. And so they were all for it at the end.
You're an easy patient. You were an easy patient. A lot of couples I see in practice, they're not laughing very much. They don't have a lot of joy. what would you do? How would you inspire them to change it around, to switch up?
Well, laughter could be a great benefit to couples and to anybody that really wants to bond in a relationship. Number one, when you laugh, right away the stress levels go down, the cortisol levels go down. So you feel that the tension gets released and your endorphins get boosted, and so you feel really happy. Those are the happy hormones. So it's really great that you feel happy together, and then when you share a laugh together, the studies have shown that people actually bond. And so it's a really great way of bonding, and it's also just a great way of just having fun together. When people share a little bit of fun, they really, it really adds a lot to the relationship.
It's so much easier to be around people who are laughing than to be around people who
Absolutely.
are sad. I'm around a lot of people who are very sad and not very happy.
We should laugh with them.
I guess so. Give us a little taste of what you do. What would you do in a large group or a small group or one person, to get them going, to get them out of their shell?
Well, I think, let's say for a couple, what they could do together is maybe when they're sharing a meal and they're sitting down at dinner together, they can they can first of all talk about something funny that happened that day, and then they can each take a turn laughing, and then they can even mimic each other laughing. Or they can even, if that's a hard thing for them to start with, they can point to something and just laugh at it. For example, if you want to do it with me, we can just point to anything. For instance, we can point to this piece of paper, and we can just laugh together at it. So you point to and you think, oh, that's the silliest thing you've ever seen in your life. So point to it and go, that's such a silly piece of paper.
It just makes me want to laugh.
It's so silly.
Sometimes it's not so easy.
It's so silly. Or you can
you feel the constriction. There's like a push-pull. They want to do what you said. Go ahead and laugh, Zev. Then there's this thing inside, like a little guy or something going, don't laugh. What are you laughing for? Be sad. Pulling at me. I felt that while you were doing that. But we're running out of time, so we got to wrap things up. Neera is the author of Laugh Off Stress, Laughter Yoga Exercises DVD. And you can find Neera at www.laughingrx.com or email Neera at laughingrx.com. Now that's all we have time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for future Recharge Your Marriage episodes, jam-packed with info, guests, and stimulating surprises. Email comments and opinions to zev@closermarriage.com. If your marriage needs help, find me at closermarriage.com. I look forward to the opportunity of working with you personally. Check out the closermarriage.com blog. Comments are always welcome. Join us and be part of our free monthly seminar series. Connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and finally, listen, hug, kiss, touch, validate, cuddle, laugh a little. And for all of us in these challenging times, be kind to those you meet. We're all fighting a great battle. We're all in need of some loving kindness. See you next time for Recharge Your Marriage.